So good morning everyone. So we have started unit 4 PHP, right? So we are talking about web technologies. In web technologies we are talking about unit 4 and we have started PHP. So what is PHP? Personal home page. So what we have discussed in the last class, what is PHP, how you can create a PHP script and what are the 3 types of styles you have for creating PHP. So how you can create in different styles and how you are going to use scripting language as PHP. Then how you can run the PHP script under the Jamf server. Then what do you mean by response and how server is sending response to client. Then what is the example for introduction program. Then how you want to run a PHP program in Jamf server. What are the variables? What are the rules to be followed while creating variables? Example of variables. So how you can execute a sample variable program. So what are the valid and invalid statements, how you can write simple programs in PHP and how you can assign values by reference method. And finally constants. So from today we need to discuss what are the constants in PHP, what are the data types, what are the functions, what are the arrays, what are the control statements. So first of all, what is a constant? So constant is an identifier which can store values but it cannot be changed during the execution of script. Constant in PHP are case sensitive. Constant is an identifier which is used to store the value but it cannot be changed during the execution of script. Constant name need not be started with $symbol. And finally, a valid constant will always start with a letter or underscore. So we'll see what is the syntax for constant. So define constant name, constant value is the syntax for. Define is the word we are using to create the constant. In double quotations, constant name, constant value, semicolon. So let us see the example of how a constant can be created. So in this example, if you see, once if the constant is declared, we should not redefine it. So once if the constant is declared, we should not redefine it. This is the rule. Once if the constant is declared, created using the syntax, it should not be redefined. If we redefine the constant second time after initialization, we will get the parse error. So once the constant is declared and initiated, it should not be redefined. In this example, the constant is redefined after initialization, so we got the parse error. So this is what we have discussed till now. Constant is redefined, it might show a error. So we should not redefine it. So next example. So if you see in this example, first A is constant and A is given the value 10. Define constant name, constant value, semicolon. This is the syntax for creating the constant. And echo A means you are displaying A. So we'll get the output A as 10. First I have started PHP program. Then I have created a constant using define constant name, constant value. Then echo A means printing, displaying the constant. So I got the output as 10. Again I have reinitiated, redefined the value of A to 20 and I want to print the A value again. Constant A is already defined in line number 4. That's why we will get an error. So understand carefully. We have started the PHP program. We created the constant A. We have given the value for constant A. We are displaying constant A. That is in our output 10. But Again, if you are redefining same constant again, it cannot print the redefined value 20. It will always print only previous value 10. Once you have given the value 10 for A and you have printed the A also, then how many number of times if you redefine also, A value will not change to 20. Always A value will be 10 only because initially A value is 10. So with this we have completed constants. So what is constants we have seen? What is variables also we have seen. So we have started unit 4 with PHP. Then how to create PHP scripts, how to run PHP scripts we have seen. Then finally we have seen what are the variables and we have seen what are the constants also. Now we have to start what are the data types. So what are the data types? In C programming language you know what is a data type. In Java programming language you know what is a data type. In Python you know what is a data type. Similarly in PHP also, personal home pages also we have data types. Data types describes the categories of values. Data types describes the categories of values. Means whether it is a integer, whether it is a decimal, whether it is a string or it is a floating point is decided by data type. So data type refers to type of data that a variable can hold. A is the variable and A is holding the value 5, it means it is integer. A is a variable, A is holding the value 5, it means it is integer. A is a variable, A is holding the name Pooja, it means it is string. Variable A is same in all the cases. If it holds the value 5, we will call it integer. If it holds the value Pooja, we will call it string. So see here, data type is used to describe the categories of values. Data type refers to types of data that a variable can hold. In PHP, it is not necessary to specify the data type of a variable before using it. Very important point. In PHP, it is not necessary to specify the data type before using it. Means I want to use A. A is a variable. I need not specify whether it is int A or whether it is char A or whether it is string A. I need not specify the type of data variable A in PHP. So data type is to describe what type of data it is. Data type is to tell what is your variable about. But in PHP the important point is it is not necessary to specify the data type before using it. So PHP automatically decides data type according to the value assigned to variable. These 2 points are very, very important. In PHP, we need not specify the data type to a variable before using it. PHP will automatically decide the data type according to the value assigned to it. I have taken a variable A and I have initialized 5 to it. Then PHP automatically will decide A is integer. So PHP will automatically decide the data type according to the value assigned to it. We need not specify the data type before using it in PHP. So these 2 points are very important. In PHP we need not specify the data type before using it. PHP will automatically decide the type of data type according to the value assigned to variable. So next, how many types of data types we have? We have 2 types of data types in PHP. Scalar or primitive data types, compound data types. So in PHP we have 2 types of data types. Scalar or primitive data types, compound data types. So first see, scalar data types such as integers, floating point, numbers, strings, booleans can hold a single value, that is scalar data type. Then what do you mean by compound data type? Objects and arrays which can hold the collection of values are compound data types. So, data types are two types. One is scalar, another one is compound. Scalar means integer, floating point, number, string, boolean. What is compound? Arrays, objects are compound data types. So two types of data types we have: scalar or primitive data types, compound data types. What will come under scalar data types? Integers, floating points, numbers, strings, booleans, which can hold only single value. What is a compound data type? Objects and arrays, which can hold collection of values. Which can hold collection of values. So let us see. PHP includes 8 different data types: integers, floating point numbers, strings, booleans, arrays, objects, resources, null. So integers, floating points, strings and booleans will come under scalar type of data types. Arrays and objects will come under compound type of data types. Let us see one by one. What are integers, floating point numbers, strings, booleans, arrays, objects, resources and nulls. So first one, integer. Integer, it represents a whole number with no fractional values. Integers can be written in decimal format. Integers can be written in octal format. Integers can be written in hexadecimal format. Base 10 decimal, base 8 octal, base 16 hexadecimal. Integer is nothing but a whole number with no fractional components. We can have a decimal format, octal format or hexadecimal format also. For decimal, base is 10. For octal, base is 8. For hexadecimal, base is 16. This is the integer. So let us see what is a floating point number. Floating point is nothing but real number. Floating point is nothing but real numbers that include decimal place. PHP includes two types of floating points: simple numerical literal with decimal point, scientific notation which is in the form of like this. In PHP, floating point is divided into two types: simple numerical literal, scientific notation. So if you see here, this is the simple numerical literal. A equal to 1.23, A equal to 21.4. All these are floating point numbers, nothing but real numbers with the decimal place. In PHP, we have two types of floating points: simple numerical literal and scientific notation. So simple numerical notation will be like this: A equal to 1.23, A equal to 0.03, A equal to 2.14. What is scientific notation? Number exponent. This is the scientific notation. So if you see here, A equal to 12.3 E minus 1, A equal to 0.3 E minus 2, A equal to 0.214 E2. These are scientific notations. So first one is integer, which is nothing but a representation of whole number with no fractional components. It can be in decimal format, octal format and hexadecimal format also. Next one is floating point number, which is nothing but the representation in real numbers, and here also we can have decimal places, but the floating point is divided into two types: simple numeric literal and scientific notation. So simple numerical literal examples are these. Scientific notation examples are these. Scientific notation should be number, exponent, E and exponent. That is the floating point. Next one, strings. In every programming language, string is same. Nothing but some length of characters. So in PHP, strings are enclosed within the single quotes or double quotes. Dog or dog. So if dog is a string, it can be enclosed in double quotations or it can be enclosed in single quotations also. So in PHP, strings can be enclosed within the double quotations or within the single quotations also. So strings are same in every programming language, as you always know. And booleans. Booleans is also same in every programming language. You will have 0 or 1, you will have true or false, you will have yes or no. So only one answer will be there. True or false, 0 or 1, yes or no, on and off. All these will come under boolean values. You want to check the condition, you should tell whether it is 0, 1, true, false, yes, no, on and off. So booleans also same in every programming language. It will represent only one value, whether true or false. It will represent only one value, whether it is true or false. So booleans is same in every programming language. We have to check the condition. We have to check the condition and tell whether it is true or false, 0 or 1, yes or no, or else on or off. So checking a condition, testing something and giving the boolean value as the output. Same. Next one, arrays. We know about arrays from many years. Array is nothing but a collection of data. Array is nothing but a collection of elements. Each elements in the array are identified with the indexing number or indexing position. So all these things you know from long back. Array is used to store the collection of data. The individual element in array is accessed by some index position. So arrays, group of elements, collection of data, collection of elements, where the elements are accessed by some index position. If A is the array with the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how we can represent this? A equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 is at the position of A3. That's it, right? Array A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How we can represent this? Array A equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the position of element 3? A of 2 equal to 3. A of 3 equal to 4. So A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, A of 4. Indexing positions of array. Array is collection of elements, collection of data where you can store the variables. All these things can be variables. And every element in the array is identified with index position. Every element in the array is identified with index position. So next one, object. As I told you, object will come under compound data type. As I already told you, object will come under compound data type. So object is nothing but which will allow you to store the information or store the data. The data elements within the object are referred as properties or attributes of the object. So object, in the object you can store the data, in the object you can store the information. So the elements inside the objects are considered as properties or attributes of the object. So elements, these elements are inside the object. The elements which are present inside the object are treated as attributes or properties of this object. Simple. So object is to store the data, object is to store the information. The elements in the object are considered as properties or attributes of the object. So finally, what is a resource? Resource is a special data type which stores the references to functions and resources external to PHP. Most common example of resource data type is database call. Database is the best example for resource. So let us see, our next data type is resource, which is also a compound data type. Resource is the special type of data type which is used to store the functions or any other resources. So the most common example of resource data type is database. Database can be represented as resource database, resource data type. And the last one, null. Null is a special data type that can have only one value or null. Null is the special kind of data type. This special kind of data type can have only one value or null value. Variable of null data type is variable that has no values assigned to it. Variable of null data type is a variable that no values are assigned to it. I have taken a variable A and I am telling this variable A as null, which means there are no values assigned to this variable A. We have the concept of variables in PHP. We have the concept of constant. We have the concept of data types also. Data types are again divided into scalar data types and compound data types. This null will come under a compound data type. Null will come under compound data type. Now, null means having no value or having one value. Now, any variable if assigned to null data type, it means there is no value assigned to that variable. When no value is assigned to the variable, automatically it is a null. So, for example, I have taken variable p and no value is assigned and it is left empty. When it is left empty, automatically it will be treated as null. Otherwise, if a variable is initialized to null, which means there are no values assigned to it. So these are the different types of databases. So integers, floating point numbers, strings and booleans will come under scalar or primitive data types. Whereas arrays, object, resources, null will come under compound data types. So this is about data types. Next we will see what do you mean by operators. So next very interesting topic and which is similar in many programming languages, different types of operators in PHP. Assignment operators, arithmetic operators, string operators, comparison operators, logical operators, incremental and decremental operators, arithmetic assignment operators or shorthand assigned operators. So operators is also a similar topic in any programming language, and obviously we have assignment operator, arithmetic operator, string operator, comparison, logical, increment, decrement, arithmetic and assignment operator. 7 different types of operators we have in PHP. Let us see one by one. So what is an assignment operator? So it is used to assign the values to variables or assign one variable to another variable as a value. Assignment operator is used to assign the values to variables, or we can assign one variable as a value to other variable. Suppose I have $A. Now using assignment operator I can give you variable A 5 value. Otherwise $A is one variable, $B is another variable. I can assign this $A as a value to $B using assignment operator. So assignment operator is represented with equal to. What is the assignment operator? Assignment operator is nothing but equal to. What we can do using assignment operator? We can assign the values to variables, or we can assign one variable to another variable as a value. If you see example, here my var is the variable where using assignment operator I have assigned it 9 value. Right? So I have created a variable. What is the name of my variable? My var is the name of my variable. Using the assignment operator equal to, I have given you the value 9. So my variable, this is the name of my variable. Using the assignment operator I have given you the value 9. Now what else I can do? I can assign this variable as a input to other variable also. So my another variable is another var. For this I am using the assignment operator. For this I am giving one more variable as a answer. So first I have created a variable with the name myVar. Further, using the assignment operator, I have given the value 9. Again, I have created another variable. For this another variable, I am using the assignment operator and I am giving this my variable as the input. So, assignment operator is represented with equal to symbol. Here we can assign the values to variables or we can assign one variable to another variable as an answer. First, I have created a variable using the assignment operator. I have given the value. Second, I have created another variable and using assignment operator, I have given one more variable as the answer to it. Simple. Next, arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are used to perform, as you already know, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division follows. So, if you see here, arithmetic operators are basically used to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. Let us see. Plus symbol is used for addition, which will give the addition of two operands. Return means output. Return means, the word return means output. So plus symbol is used for adding, where we can add two operands. Minus symbol is used for subtraction, which will return the difference of two operands. Asterisk symbol is used for multiplication, which will return the product of two operands. Backslash is used for division, which will return the quotient of two operands. Percentile symbol is used for modulus, which will give you the remainder after division of two operands. So plus symbol is used for addition, which will return you addition of two operands. Minus symbol is used for subtraction, which will return you difference of two operands. Asterisk symbol is used for multiplication, which will return the product of two operands. Backslash is used for division, which will return you quotient after division of two operands. Finally, percentile symbol is used for modulus, which will return you remainder after performing division to two operands. This is arithmetic operators, list of arithmetic operators. Next one, string operator. String concatenation is used to combine the two values when a string is created. You have created string 1 and you have created string 2 also. String 1 is good, string 2 is morning. Now you want to concatenate these two strings. So string operator is nothing but concatenation of the string, which is represented with the symbol period symbol. So what is the symbol to represent the string concatenation? Period symbol. Full stop is called as period symbol. Full stop is called as period symbol. This period symbol is used for string concatenation. So when we have two strings or two variables, then we can have the string concatenation using the period symbol. See here, welcome to is my first string, PHP is my second string. Welcome to PHP should concatenate and come like that. I have created a PHP program. I want to display welcome to and PHP. I am using the period symbol here. This is the period symbol. Full stop is the period symbol. So welcome to is string 1, PHP is string 2. Using the period symbol, I want to concatenate these two and get the output as welcome to PHP. As simple, string operations can be string addition, string concatenation, string deletion, counting the length of the string. All these will come under string operations only. But important string operation is string concatenation, which can be done with the help of the period symbol. So I am having two strings like welcome to and PHP, so that I want to get the single output as welcome to PHP after string concatenation. Let us see the example. So in this example you will have an interesting thing. First you have created a PHP. You have created the variable called color and you have assigned the black to the value to that, and you are going to print echo one statement. My favorite color is dollar color, which is nothing but black. So you should get the output my favorite color is black. So I am creating a PHP program. This PHP program is for string operation. I have created a variable color. For that I have given the value black. Echo means output display. Echo means output display. So what I wanted to display, my favorite color is, that came into output. Period symbol. What I wanted to add for this, dollar color. What is dollar color? Black. If I use single quotation, I will get this dollar color as it is to here. If I use double quotations, I will get some other value here. So I am not using any quotations here. So that the value of dollar color is black. That black came to the output. As I told you in the previous class, in the output statement, if you use double quotations, you will have different output. If you use single quotations, you will have different output. If you don't use any quotations, you will get the exact output. So my string 1 is my favorite color is. My string 2 is dollar color. For dollar color, what is the answer I have? Black. So for this my favorite color is, I am adding black with the period symbol. So using this period symbol here, I am adding my favorite color is sentence to dollar color. Dollar color is black. So output I got my favorite color is black. Simple PHP program to decide string operation. Important string operator is string concatenation. For string concatenation we are using period symbol, which is nothing but full stop. I have written a program where I have declared a variable called color and I have given the value as black for that variable. Now I want the output my favorite color is black. So until my favorite color is, that is string 1. For this using period symbol I am adding the string 2, which is dollar color, which means dollar color means black. So simple string operator. Next one, comparison operator. So comparison operators are used to compare one value with another value and give you true or false. Either you should get true or you should get false. Comparison operators are to compare two variables. Variable 1 is compared with variable 2 and you should get true or false as the output. So let us see what are the comparison operators we have in PHP. So what are the comparison operators we have in PHP? Equal to, not equal to, identical to, not identical to. So this is equal to, this is not equal to, this is identical to, this is not identical to. So what are the list of comparison operators we have? Equal to, not equal to, identical to, not identical. This is the symbol for not identical, symbol for identical, symbol for not equal, symbol for equal. This can be the symbol for not equal or this angular braces also can be the symbol for not equal. So which will return? So equal to will return true if first operand is equal to second operand. Not equal to will return true if first operand is not equal to second operand. Identical will return true if first operand is equal to second, both the value and type. Not identical will return true if first operand is not equal to second operand. I have given A equal to 5, I have given B equal to 5. This will return true if both 5 and 5 are equal. I have given A equal to 5, B equal to 10. It will display not equal because 5 and 10 are not equal. I have given int A equal to 5, int B equal to 5. So A and B are integers and both the values are 5, identical to. I have given character A int A. Character A and int A are not identical, so it will return true if they are not identical. So equal to will return true if first operand is equal to second operand. Not equal to will return true if first operand is not equal to second operand. Identical will return true if first operand is equal to second operand both in the value and data type. Not identical to will return true if first operator is not equal to second operator both in the value and data type. So identical and not identical will check both value and data type also. Equal to and not equal to will check only value. If both the values are equal, equal to. If both the values are not equal, not equal to. Both the values and data types also equal, identical. Both the values and data types also not equal, not identical. So these are the comparison operators we have. So some more comparison operators: less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Less than will return true if first operand is less than second operand. Greater than will return true if first operand is greater than second operand. Less than or equal to will return true if first operand is less than or equal to second operand. Greater than or equal to will return true if first operator is greater than or equal to second operand. So next one, logical operators. So logical operators are also known as Boolean operators. So next one is logical operators. Logical operators also called as Boolean operators, and they will return either true or false. We have three logical operators in PHP, and which performs the logical AND, OR which performs the logical OR, XOR which performs the logical exclusive OR. So logical operations are also called as Boolean operations. These operations will give you the value true or false. We have three different types of logical operations in PHP: logical AND, logical OR, logical XOR. Simple. Logical operators are also called as Boolean operators, which will give you true or false. So you have logical AND, logical OR, exclusive logical OR, XOR. Simple as remaining programming languages. In C you have these, in Java you have these, in Python also you have this. So logical operators are same in every programming language, same as in PHP also. Next one, incremental and decremental. So post incremental, pre-incremental, post decremental, pre-decremental. Plus plus is an increment operator, minus minus is a decrement operator. If $A is the variable, after $A if you get increment it is post increment, before increment then variable pre-increment, after variable if you get decrement post decrement, before decrement then you get the variable pre-decrement. So see here, post increment, where we are getting the increment operator after the $variable, so returns the value of $A variable and then increments the value by 1. This is the increment symbol plus plus, this is the decrement symbol minus minus. First I am creating a variable, then I am having increment. So what I should do, first $A value should be displayed, then increment will be done to 1. $A equal to 5. What will happen here? 5 will print, then 5 plus 1 will be done. Pre-increment. Increment the value by 1 and then return A. So what is the value of A? 1. Increment by 1, 6. 6 will print. Post decrement. $A value is 5. You have to decrease 5 minus 1, 4. Pre-decrement. A value is 5. Decrease 1, that is 4. Simple. Increment and decrement operators. Increment means plus plus, decrement means minus minus. We can have post increment, pre-increment. We can have post decrement, pre-decrement also. If you consider $A as variable, $A is a variable and the value of $A is 5, then what will happen in post increment? First 5 will be displayed as the output, then 5 plus 1 is done. In pre-increment, first 5 plus 1 is done, then $A equal to 6 is displayed as output. In post decrement, first 5 is displayed as the output, then 5 minus 1 is stored in $A. Pre-decrement, first 5 minus 1 is done, 4 is displayed as the $A. Simple. $A is a variable, the value of $A is 5. You can do post increment or pre-increment, you can do post decrement or pre-decrement. In the post increment, first $A will be displayed as the output, then will increment by 1. In pre-increment, first we will increment the value and then display the $A value. In post decrement, first we will display the $A value, then we will decrement by 1. In pre-decrement, first we will decrement the value of A by 1, then we will display the value of A. Next one, arithmetic assignment operators. So what is the arithmetic assignment operators? These arithmetic assignment operators are combination of arithmetic and assignment operators. So we can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division also, and we can perform assignment operator also. So it is also called as shorthand assignment operators. So the specialty of arithmetic assignment operators is combination of arithmetic operators, assignment operators, where you can perform all the arithmetic operations and assign the values to the variables also. And finally it is also called as shorthand assignment operator. So let us see what are the arithmetic assignment operators. Generally assignment operator is equal to arithmetic operators are plus minus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. So for all the arithmetic operators, we are adding the assignment operator. For the periodic operator also we are adding the assignment operator, means concatenation. See, adds the value and assign the value to variable, subtracts the value and assign the value to the variable, multiplies the value and assign the value to the variable, divide the value and assign the value to the variable, divide and assign the modulus to variable, concatenate and assign the value to the variable. So very special type of operators we have, arithmetic assignment operators. They are also called as shorthand assignment operators, where the assignment operator is equal to arithmetic operators are plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus. So for all those we have added assignment operator, where we can add, subtract, multiply, divide or concatenate and assign the values to variables. So what we have discussed today, we have started data types and we have discussed different types of data types. Data types are divided into two types, scalar data type and compound data type. Then after seeing all the data types, we have moved on to operators. So there are 7 different types of operators we have. Assignment, arithmetic. Assignment operator is, so assignment operator is equal to, arithmetic operators are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. String operator is period operator. Comparison operators are, comparison operators are, you can compare equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, identical, not identical. These are comparison operators. Logical operators are logical AND, logical OR, logical XOR. So increment and decrement operators. So assignment operator is equal to, arithmetic operator is addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, percentile. String operation is period operation. Comparison operations are equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, identical, not identical. Logical operators are logical AND, logical OR and logical XOR. Increment operators are post increment or pre increment, post decrement or pre decrement. Assignment and arithmetic operators are addition plus assignment, multiplication plus assignment, subtraction plus assignment, division plus assignment, modulus plus assignment, period symbol plus assignment. These are the different types of operators we have. So till now we have discussed what is PHP, how to create a PHP script, how to run a PHP script, what are the operators, what are the data types, what are the variables, what are the constants. So in the next class we will discuss what do you mean by so we have completed operators and data types. So in the next class we will discuss what do you mean by control statements. So till now we have discussed variables, operators, data types, constants. In the next class we will discuss what do you mean by control statements. Thank you.